Hey, before we get started, here is your daily reminder of greatness. Yes, I said greatness. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on the OutKick YouTube page. No, get there now. Now, go now. Anyway, you want to miss any of the action? Riley Gaines, Hot Mike, Dan Dakich, Ricky Cobb. Oh, man, Clay Travis. You know what I'm talking about. How about Tyrus? You like Tyrus. He talks to presidents. 2 people on that list talk to presidents, and I ain't one. We got to change that. Go ahead. Do it right now. OutKick, like, subscribe, and comment. Say I look like a thumb, whatever you want to do on the OutKick YouTube page. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, back in the, postseason, I guess it would be winter then, the general manager, the beleaguered general manager of my beloved Indianapolis Colts, Chris Ballard, got saved. His job got saved. He got up there with his usual mea culpa. Sometimes it's we're not good enough. Sometimes we're good, but we got injured. This time it was we're not close. And after 8 years, he figured out maybe we need competition at all positions. Maybe we shouldn't kiss the ass of players. What? I don't know the last time kissing the ass of players has done good. I don't know. But not in my lifetime, and that's what the Indianapolis Colts have done. Well, now they've decided we need competition, particularly at the quarterback position, because Anthony Richardson can't play dead, so they went out and got it. They went out and got New York Giants former starter, $40 million man, Daniel Jones, a.k.a. Danny Dimes. Do you like it? Do you, huh? Do you like it? He is the competition now. That's the 2 worst completion percentage passers in the NFL, allegedly, last year. There's got to be somebody worse. I don't know. It has forced Anthony Richardson, who is a child, to get serious about his craft. He's gone off and worked with quarterback gurus, the likes of which helped guys like, Josh Allen. But Danny Dimes is the guy. He's going to be the competition that Anthony Richardson needs, wants, whatever. Now, they signed him to a 1-year, $14 million deal. Here's the deal with that. That is interesting. Why? Because when they signed Joe Flacco, it was a 1-year deal that maxed out at $4.5 million, at least as I read it. So think about that. What was Joe Flacco brought in to be? Strictly a backup. You pay a guy $14 million. Now, it's not the starter money that they paid $25 million to Phillip Rivers to come in and lead him to the playoffs, which he did. No, it's not that. It's $14 million. It's somewhere in between. He's going to make as a backup about 3 times more than what the starter makes. Now, I know what you're saying. Well, the starter is on the rookie deal. Yes, he is. And here's where, again, signing the wrong guy hurts you. We all talk about that rookie deal, right? Get a guy in a rookie deal, then you can sign all kinds of other players. Well, that didn't include a quarterback at 3 times your salary. It sets them back a little bit, the Colts. But in terms of competition, who are you going to get? I wanted Aaron Rodgers. Doesn't look like that was ever going to happen. My partner on my afternoon show, he wanted Justin Fields. Why not? Well, he got traded to the Jets. The Rodgers to the Steelers, Fields to the Jets switch is really interesting to me. Sam Darnold signed a big money deal. He went out west. I don't know. Look, my point is nobody was coming. So if you're really going to give competition, you go with Daniel Jones. All right, a lot of people are poo-pooing it. Here's Daniel Jones' career stats. It's actually better than Richardson's. I mean, what the hell? 69 starts over 6 seasons. Okay, I see what you guys did in there. I know what you clowns did, Nick and Nick, in the read there with the number 69. I like it. Anyway, 1,437 for 2,241, 64.1 completion percentage, which is basically, about 7% higher than the current quarterback. Over 1,500 yards passing, 14,500 yards passing. Reading is not fundamental for me, apparently. 70 to 47 touchdowns to interception. But here's the deal. Those all look good. I'm going to give you the negative in a minute. But here's the bottom line. After being given $40 million a year, this guy got beat out by Tommy DeVito. Now, I'm going to say it again. I understand their circumstances. I understand that they realized they gave him a big contract. They were trying to get out from it. They did fine. Whatever. But the New York Football Giants, as bad as that operation is, decided We want to go with Tommy DeVito as opposed to him. Now, people are saying the obvious. Can't beat out Tommy DeVito. And you go beat out Anthony Richardson, at least with the Colts, you know. You know that Richardson ain't the guy no matter what potential you think he has. That may be true. I'll get to that in a second. Let's go through some other notable numbers. Lowest passer rating in the NFL over the last 2 seasons are currently quarterback 1 and 1A on the Indianapolis Colts, Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson. Now, a lot of people, because Jones is way on the wrong side of the media. I mean, here's the right side. Jones is out the door and under the lake. Wrong side of the media. Easiest guy in football to make fun of is Daniel Jones. Here it comes. You ready? You ready? The Colts getting Daniel Jones is their punishment for losing to the Giants last year. Good for you, Carly. Carly, we love you long time. You might get a spot on this show because that's pretty good. The Colts getting Daniel Jones is their punishment for losing to the Giants this past season. Think about that statement. So it's not a good thing, according to Carly, and she's really speaking for much of the fan base. It's punishment. We're going to spend $14 million as punishment. And I'm telling you right now, a lot of people feel that way. I don't. I will tell you in a minute. All right. Here's a little audio of Pat McAfee talking about the acquisition of his team, the Colts, Daniel Jones.
New start somewhere else is what Anthony Richardson needs. And you know what? If that's the case, if he does look to go somewhere else, we will appreciate the hell out of his time in this city. And we will be thankful that we were able to be like grade school for him to learn how to play football and be a football player and be a professional and everything like that. And I think he would have massive success somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's got to learn how to be a pro for sure. And, you know, Coach Nation's torn on Anthony Richardson. And Coach Nation has kind of
the more they learn about him, though, they probably wouldn't be torn if I had
we've been on.
The more they learn about him, and the way McAfee said that is so good. We're going to replay that. Colts fans are mad at him, right? They're mad at McAfee. See, Colts fans are delusional. They are. Most fans are delusional. But the way McAfee said that, the more they know about him, the less torn they would be. That was not a compliment. That was absolutely not a compliment. That was exactly what it was meant to be. This guy is not a pro. This guy is a child. I've been saying that, and I've been getting ripped by Colts fans. You can compliment a guy by saying, well, the more you knew about him, the more you wouldn't be torn. Really a good dude. No. He's a child. And here in Indianapolis and everywhere across the NFL, you don't win with children. McAfee's not wrong. That other guy was Darius Butler. Darius isn't wrong. The guy is unprofessional. He is a child. He doesn't know how to be a football player. He doesn't know how to be a leader. He doesn't know how to do jack shit except clown around. This is a guy that in college got hurt before a game in the hotel dancing like an idiot. As the head guy, the quarterback of the University of Florida, where the idea at the University of Florida is one thing, win a national championship. It was put in his hands. So now he's got competition. Now his agent is saying, hey, man, he'll be ready. You can bet on that. No, you can't bet on that. No, you really can't. And what McAfee said, see, people don't want to hear the truth. People want to hear the external. The guy up in section 600 drinking his 72nd Miller Lite in his Colts jersey. That's who they want to hear from. Colts Nation, I bleed blue. That's every fan base. No, McAfee here in Indy, thank goodness, because he and I are the only ones that are going to tell you the deal. I have so many people inside the Colts organization who have been inside that'll tell me things that'll blow your mind about Anthony Richardson. He's a child. Not that he's a bad guy. He's a child. Acts like a child, immature as hell, no idea what to do as a pro, no work ethic whatsoever. Now he's going to have to, or he's going to lose his career. And I sit there, maybe he can come back from that. But I've always sat there and thought about this. You know, people talk about professional athletes and how they have to save their money because their career is done by age 35 mostly. That's the good ones. What about the guys who get a little money, lose 52% of it to tax, and their career is done by 24? Now what do you do? What's your move? That's what I would be telling Anthony Richardson. Son, you got a lot of talent. Son, you've had your ass kicked your whole life. You've fallen up your whole life. You got hurt in high school. You fell up to be the quarterback at Florida. You got hurt at Florida. You fell up to be the 4th pick in the draft with the Colts. You got hurt your first year with the Colts. They still believed in you. And in your second year, you got benched for 110-year-old Joe Flacco. Son, that money's great initially, but it's going to be gone by the time you're 25 between taxes and life. And what are you going to do? So you better get your ass in the weight room. You better get your ass in film study. You better get your ass in the playbook. You better learn how to throw a football. Because I don't know about you, but ain't a lot of people hiring children for big-time jobs. Anyway, but I like the competition. I think Daniel Dimes is a pro. I don't care. No. He's on the wrong side of the media. He's no good. He's terrible, but he's never been anything other than a pro. And sometimes people splat. Sometimes they bounce back. All right. John Calipari is talking. And when John Calipari talks, I kind of dig it. I do. I kind of dig it. Cal has a different approach to the conference tournaments. Cal, whose team is squarely on the bubble, said he doesn't care about the conference tournament, while Kentucky's Mark Pope has a completely opposite perspective on the SEC tournament. Here's two notable coaches with notable jobs, big-time, big-money jobs, talking about the same tournament in vastly different ways. Here's Calipari.
I don't care about the conference tournament, which is why we won it so many times, because I could care less. The tournament that matters is the NCAA tournament. Now, you play that tournament to get the best seed you can get. And if you're going to get to the finals, win. Or don't go to the finals and lose because you're exhausted and you got to play on Tuesday or Wednesday. So I'm like, let's play well and try to improve our seed.
All right. Okay. That's fine. Let's hear the other side. Here's Mark Pope at Kentucky.
I could say this much more eloquently, but let's not forget, this is about winning. We're here to win. We do all this work to win. And it's that's why we're here, is to go win, especially at the University of Kentucky. There's nothing less than that that's acceptable. And so, the social media stuff and the NIL and the transfer portal and the professional and all the things are great, but we should never be distracted by the fact that that is not the end goal. The end goal is to win. The end goal is to raise a trophy and hang a banner. That's the end goal. And so we're here now. We've gone through this season. We've been through everything we've been through. And we've grown in all the ways that we could grow as fast as we could possibly grow. And now we're at the final stages where it's time to win. You're either going to win or you're not. And that's not to be paralyzed by fear or crushed by expectations. It's just time to recognize that, what you've worked for the last 6 months and for your whole lifetime is actually right now. It's not the other stuff in the future or the past or wherever. It's right now. And so this SEC tournament matters. It's the best league maybe that's ever been in any in any year of college basketball, and this SEC matters, and so we're heading to Nashville with all of our successes and confidence and warts and holes that we got to plug, and we're going there to with one goal, which is to go win. And
I've always said this. I've always said when you're in college sports or professional sports or any sports, every game you're trying to win. Every game you're dying to win. Every game is exactly what Mark Pope said. To get to Indiana or to get to Kentucky or to get to Arkansas, you've got to put a lot of work in. There are some guys like Anthony Richardson that are uber talented, but they still put a lot of work in. So you're playing a game where at the end of that tournament, you're going to get a ring. You're going to get a banner. You're going to have a photo immortalized. Damn right. Now, Calipari is being, the circus master, the ring master. He's doing all that stuff that, old school coaches do to try to take the pressure off the players, that kind of thing. All right. And he's right. He's not wrong. He's absolutely right. Look, you are trying to get a better seed. I get what he's doing. But what Mark Pope said is real. And John never played at that level. Maybe John didn't put the work in. I don't know. I have no idea. But as one that did, he's exactly right. Every game, you're like, wait a second. In college, this is what I worked for. Most guys will tell you, I remember my first recruiting letter. So he is right. And at the University of Kentucky, boy, oh boy, is he right. It is about one thing and one thing only. Used to be you got to graduate, raise money. No. Nobody cares about graduation rates anymore. Nobody cares about what you do in the community. No, it's win or get your ass out of here. That's it. That's all. So at the end of the day, let's be honest. Both guys are doing what they got to do to get their team right. But if you're going to listen to somebody make sense about the world of college basketball and college athletes, boy, is Mark Pope right. I thought Dan Orlovsky was taking time off. I guess not. I don't know if he's going through a contract thing or he tried to get an NFL job and no one would hire him. I don't blame you. Orlovsky famously took down a tweet saying, protect our daughters. Now he's showing books about how to be a great father. I think that's funny. No, I do. I mean, you don't have the balls to protect your daughter. Now you're showing us books on how to be a father. I guess it's a father to boys, but still. So I've lost respect for Orlovsky, although I think he's pretty interesting. He was asked about the possibility of the Vikings bringing in former Packer and Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers. Safe to say he's not much on board with the idea. That'd be a mistake by the Vikings. I agree with that. You're now declaring there is more than likely J.J. McCarthy's football team. And you want it to be J.J. McCarthy's football team. Aaron comes with a lot of whether people like it or not. It's a lot. Do not bring that into our building. Do not bring that into your football team. You're handling the keys over to a young player and saying this is going to be your opportunity, lead us forward. Bringing in Aaron Rodgers is going to hinder that in some capacity, stunt that in some capacity. All right, he's right and he's wrong. Yeah, Rodgers is a lot, but if you don't think J.J. McCarthy is the guy right now, I don't give a damn whether it stunts J.J. McCarthy or not. Who cares? I go back to what Mark Pope said. It's about winning. I'm not trying to develop anything here if I'm the Minnesota Vikings. I'm trying to win now, immediately. And if Aaron Rodgers gives me the best chance to do that, and I'm not talking about the opening game, I'm talking about a Super Bowl because that's where the Vikings are right now, then I'm going with Aaron Rodgers. I don't give a damn. Hey, J.J. McCarthy, it's a big boy league. Pull on your big boy pants and go to work and get better. Learn. If that's, in fact, what should or what could happen by bringing in Aaron Rodgers. J.J. McCarthy can't handle it. He ain't your guy anyway. Rodgers had to handle it. Here's a photo tear. That's right. I said it just like Joe Biden. Aaron Rodgers free agency odds, plus 125 to go to the Steelers or the Giants. Then it gets a little dicey. Vikings next. You see the Titans. You see the Browns. You see the 49ers. I can't imagine he would go to the 49ers. But I got to tell you, I really don't know. They seem to be hell-bent, at least according to Randy Cross, former legend, on signing and being all involved in Purdy. Good for them, man. Hey, Brock Purdy's your guy. Let him be your guy. He's already won you enough. Unlike J.J. McCarthy. I don't know. Maybe you bring him in, maybe you don't. But I would say this. It would be fascinating to see Justin Fields get basically kicked out of Pittsburgh and go to the New York Jets. You know who got kicked out of the New York Jets? The guy that's going to Pittsburgh, at least by odds, Aaron Rodgers. Fascinating stuff. Very fascinating, at least in my world. All right, here's former NFL player Michael Robinson being kind of funny, in my opinion, but maybe serious about where Aaron Rodgers should really go.
But for Aaron Rodgers, best fit for him, who do you have?
Oh, man, that recliner he got in that big house he got, that's the best fit. The couch, man. What you doing, Aaron? You done made almost $400 million in this league, bro.
There you go. Where should you go? That recliner It's nice over there. Nobody hits you. I mean, your wife might throw something at you, or you might have to get up and get her another glass of wine, but so what? Oh, wait, he doesn't have a wife. No one's hitting him. Longtime NFL running back Tiki Barber went off on a caller who was pissed the Giants didn't tank more effectively at the end of the year last year. A lot of callers do that. Oh, man, blasting NFL fans who openly root for their team to lose games. Rookies suck, by the way, too. Here's Tiki Barber. Is that the one that was, you know what I mean, a few years ago? I don't know. Here's Tiki Barber.
The problem here is the owner. They had a chance in that game against the Colts to lose that game and have the number one pick outright, but the owner told the coach and the GM, you lose this game, we lose all our games at home, you're done. And then he goes, you know what? It's out of complete desperation. He's like, you need to make this, you need to draft a quarterback or do something that keeps you here for the long term. That is so dumb.
What should Brian Daboll have done in that game that would have secured a loss?
You don't try to lose, dude. I mean, I wish you'd called earlier. Charles, I wish you had called earlier, but that's the most ridiculous phone call I've ever heard in my life. No player or coach is ever going to try to lose a football game.
I don't get that.
And if someone calls this station again and says they should lose a game, I'm hanging up on you and banning you from the station. It is the stupidest, most ridiculous thing I've ever freaking heard. So stop saying lose games so you can draft higher. The draft is not a guarantee. Rookies suck too, by the way. So forget thinking you're going to change your franchise by losing games. It doesn't work that way because you will end up firing people. Everybody has a negative connotation about the organization. Free agents don't come, and it all starts because you want to lose one game. But you want to lose one game, then you want to lose 4 games, and you want to lose 10 games, and you want to suck. And when you suck, guess what? People say you suck.
That's well said.
So stop calling and saying lose games. I hate it. You guys drive me freaking insane.
There was
All right. The question I like, though, I do like the question, hey, how do you want us to go about losing? Like, you know, they played Drew Lock against the Colts. Now, I'm going to say that they did. They played Drew Lock, and he lit up the Colts. I mean, if you're trying to lose a game, playing Drew Lock's probably on the bingo card. Callers are crazy. I had a caller come in. I have this thing about Indiana basketball. Don't boo Indiana basketball. And we got in a very heated, screaming match. And I kind of liked it. I did. I dug it. Hey, I don't know where the rumor started that the Eagles weren't going to the White House. I don't know. But apparently they will be headed to the White House at the invitation of President Donald Trump. Why wouldn't you go? They're going to celebrate their Super Bowl win, and they're going to do it in style. We're going to head to the White House. Why wouldn't you? You got to. What are you, crazy? We sent the invite, and they enthusiastically accepted. We are working with them to determine a date and all the logistics, right? They're coming here. Philadelphia is coming here. Trump told the outlet. Trump also announced the invite to the team last month. I mean, people are idiots, right? I mean, everybody's so excited to tear down Trump that they could not wait at all. Oh, my God, couldn't wait at all to say no good, terrible, awful, bye. Interesting. Little college hoops last night. I must say this. Cincinnati against Oklahoma State are the 2 worst basketball teams playing the worst basketball game that I've seen this year, maybe any year, in Big Five or whatever you call the conference's history. The game was so bad that while it was on during my afternoon show, my partner Jonathan Smith and I, my producer, and I just started laughing and chronicling the god-awfulness of the game. I mean, it was so bad that I looked around and I'm like, who would pay these guys anything? Like, how do you pay? Like, Oklahoma State's got real green. They got cash. Cincinnati's got cash. The players on that team should be embarrassed. Number 14, guy who looks like a chick, kind of long hair, whatever, is the dumbest player I've seen in college basketball. And I don't know his name. I don't want to know his name. I don't want his name. I feel bad saying the number because it's like the mist of his awfulness will creep upon me. I never seen anything like it. If you go to the audio of my afternoon show, you will hear us just making fun. Like people say, well, you couldn't do it. No, I think I could. I think at 62 years old, fat and bald. In fact, right out here is my driveway, and we have a basketball court. Not a court. It's actually no court. But I have one of those baskets that you can put up. I'm putting it up. I'm coming back. If guys that are playing at Oklahoma State or Cincinnati can make money, then I got to tell you, I deserve some cash. I do. I can play. I can't play dead, but I can play in that game. Oh, man, officials suck. I hate officials. People always ask me, why don't you go back to coaching? There's a lot of reasons, one of which is officials. Official called a foul under 0.5 of a second in the Notre Dame-Pittsburgh game on a tip-in. Tie game, going to overtime. Pittsburgh, Capel, the team busted their ass. And all of a sudden, I'm listening to it on the radio because I took Notre Dame on the money line. I'm listening to it. I'm pumping gas. Even the announcers were like, and the announcers were as bad as Oklahoma against, they were as bad as Oklahoma State against Cincinnati. They were horrible. Whoever's doing the radio in that game is terrible. Honest to God, no enthusiasm. Couldn't see the game. That's where Benetti's great, but I digress. Anyway, long story short, I'm sitting there pumping gas. Game's over. All of a sudden, going to overtime. No, there's a foul. What? And then you see the replay, and I don't know, man. I think that official might have been with me and had Notre Dame. Kid named Davis makes a free throw. Game's over. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And then I went back. Well, I wasn't seeing it. It was on the radio. Then I went back and watched. I couldn't believe what I saw. Horse bleep, ending a season. Oh, man, oh, man. Here's my boys again, Colorado. My friend Tad Boyle, not really a friend. We played against each other, got to know each other. His Northern Colorado team came into Bowling Green, got their ass whooped by me. But anyway, I digress. I think he's going to retire at the end of the year. He's done a great job, really has. Colorado, 69-67. Pretty nice comeback by Jamie Dixon's TCU team. But if that's it for Tad Boyle, good for him, man. Good for him. Good dude. Siena loses to Ryder. I have no idea. Sacred Heart beats Fairfield. I have no idea. Don't care. I'm glad they put it on there, though. We get a little pub for those schools. Maybe, just maybe, Fran McAfee will leave Iowa, give the Iowa fans a break, and go to Siena or back to Siena. I don't know. Syracuse, look at Red Autry getting it going. They beat Florida State. Why is that? Leonard Hamilton's one of the pioneers, one of the first black players to ever play in a school in the South in Kentucky, then the first black assistant at Kentucky, and I really like him. Leonard Hamilton was the coach at Florida State, all-time winningest coach at Florida State, retired. Leonard Hamilton is one of the reasons I went into coaching. Freshman year at Kentucky, my first road game, I'm sitting there, and Knight would get us to the game like an hour and a half before the game, and there was nothing to do. So I went to the toilet. I grabbed the program. In the program was a day in the life of Leonard Hamilton, assistant at Kentucky. I started reading it. Sounded like a pretty good life. Go watch a game, watch tape, have practice, work with players, wear sweats. It's a true story. I can still remember sitting on the crapper reading this story going, sounds like a pretty good gig. I mean, who wants to be a lawyer? Now, at Indiana, I had to say I wanted to be a lawyer because, basketball player, looks like me, lawyer, girls were flocking. But the truth of the matter is Leonard Hamilton had a big impact on a lot of people, massive impact on a lot of people. Good for him. He's retiring. I hope his health is all right, which I'm hearing it is. He's the youngest looking guy ever in the 70s. He and I walked out after I did a game. I go, dude, it's pretty nice down here in Florida. You lose a game in Indiana, it's cold as hell. You're miserable. Here you walk out and it's in the 70s. He just started laughing, and we had a nice chat. I like Leonard Hamilton, and I like him a lot. Kansas State with the preacher man. He's the coach. He's all religious. He's mad that people like me and others are criticizing players for their $1 million contract. Beat Bobby Hurley, in Arizona State. Man, Arizona State, this is always about me. You know this. Arizona State, I remember going there one time to recruit in the area, and I'm walking around going, boy, would I love to coach here. They're going to keep Bobby Hurley apparently another year. Apparently he's got a couple young kids that will stay there. I don't know whether or not he's going to stay there or not. I have no idea.